Hello everybody, my name is Shelly and welcome back to my channel, and I am a makeup hoarder. I was gonna say collector, enthusiast, obsessed, makeup obsessed. I love makeup, but I'm not an expert. I am not someone who historically has made a lot of time for myself and being creative and playing with makeup. And at the end of the day, I just really feel like, you know, we kind of do the best we can with what we have, and sometimes that means trying and playing, and I'm a lady of a certain age. And you may be too. What works for the Instagram models or the TikTok famous might not work for us, but sometimes they might. So today's video, never done this before. It's a different brand for me. And I've experimented with brands before. I've tried different brands before and sometimes been pleasantly surprised and sometimes been like, okay, moving on. It's all trial and error. So I picked up a Deck of Scarlet box. Now, I'd heard of Deck of Scarlet years ago. It seemed like when I first got on Instagram, every third ad was Deck of Scarlet. They were really pushing this subscription service, and I hadn't really gotten into makeup subscription. This is a while ago. And then they kind of fell off the planet, and I went to go look for them like a year or two ago, and it seemed like they were dark. I couldn't find anything. Nobody was doing any reviews on it. I couldn't find the products online. Their Instagram page hadn't been updated in a couple years. I mean, it just seems like they were kind of gone. I don't have any eyebrows on, it's driving me crazy. And then recently I saw an ad. And so I was like, okay, now's the time. Now I'm gonna see, because nobody's talking about them. Like, I don't ever hear anybody talking about Deck of Scarlet. And it popped up as a subscription service, and it looked like there were certain people that were buying it. I mean, they had testimony stuff. And so I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll give it a try. So I signed up for the subscription. I figured, you know what? I can always cancel, because that might be a little bit too bold. I do have some base makeup on right now, and I do have an eyelid primer. My eyelids are slightly stained from this fuchsia stuff that I was using earlier, so we're gonna pretend that that's not there, and we're gonna hopefully cover it up with some other product. Okay, so the subscription itself is $29.95 per month. You are told to get between a $66 and $124 value, and when I purchased it, there was like a discount code that I found. So I think I saved $7.49. So I paid $24.37 with tax. I don't think there was any shipping. And I got a box, okay? So I opened the box and I was like, you know what? it says badass formulas, good for you ingredients. That's nice if that's truly what it is. www.deckofscarlet.com @deckofscarlet. So it comes with, you know, some cardboard packaging material and then this like foam piece. And then when I opened it up, I'm like, okay, I've got 3 things in here. We're recycling now. 3 things in here. I have a card with some information. This particular one seems to say, okay, so it's our artist in chief for the season. Meet Belle Jordan. Super edgy, utterly creative beauty, British beauty Belle Jordan is all about heavy metallics, pigments that pop, and plenty of sparkle. She embraces quilting for makeup and empowers her fellow beauty lovers to go bold, dream big, and make her own rules. Get insider access to all of her rock star hacks, tips, and tricks. And there's like a little note for her. Got a picture of her. She's cute. She looks a little bit like Bailey Sarian, but with like sharper cheekbones. And I thought Bailey Sarian had super sharp cheekbones. And then you have 2 other products. There's a palette with some really pretty art on it, and what appears to be a mascara. So $30 gets you that, which in and of itself is not a horrible deal, but this is like the Deck of Scarlet brand, right? This is not like some other subscriptions that usually have various brands in it. This is just like Deck of Scarlet. So, and I think when I looked at it, when I went to sign up for it, there might have been a different one, and then it was like, oh, you can change up your subscription. So I think I chose this, but I didn't mean to choose this. I actually meant to see if I could order more products because I wanted to try some things out, but it's super pretty, right? And then as soon as I opened it, this came apart. It came unglued the very first time I opened it. It's like the magnetic, I don't even think there's a magnet. Maybe. There may be a magnet. I can't tell. Yeah, there's like a magnet. The magnet was too strong for the glue. That doesn't bode well. So this is completely off now. I'm just gonna toss that aside. The bottom side does open as well. And it looks like the pans are intact. I just lost my protective cover. But it looks like the pans are intact. Looks like that. This is so trashy. So as soon as I saw that fall apart, I haven't even tried this. This is like brand new, hasn't been swatched, nothing. As soon as that mirror came apart, I immediately called and canceled. I might have been a little knee-jerk reaction. I don't know. Maybe this is like a big sleeper. Maybe this is like, you know, we should be using this, but I don't know. So I want to play with some of these products. It looks like you have 3 eyeshadows. You have 3 eyeshadows here. So there's like a shimmer and two a shimmer and two mattes. That's normal. Two different kinds of maybe lip products, I think, is what it looks like. And then a highlighter and a blush. So I'm gonna zoom you in. Okay, you're zoomed in a little bit. My lighting seems to have adjusted slightly. Again, not professional YouTuber. Sorry, bear with me. So let's try some of this stuff. I'm just gonna grab this blush, which is matte kind of plummy. Oh, a lot of kick up. So there is that. It doesn't feel like I got very much on the brush. I went into it several times, but let's just see. Okay, it is pigmented and it's pretty purple. So I didn't do any kind of contouring or bronzing or anything. I do have the e.l.f. BB cream as foundation today. I don't even think I have any primer on. Well, I know I don't because I took off my makeup and reapplied. As I mentioned, I do have the Jorg Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base as an eyelid primer to kind of help set down or kind of help to sort of mask some of that staining from that fuchsia that I had earlier. I am looking a little tired. It is later in the day. I filmed a couple things today, but I'm procrastinating, so pulling that up. No, the color's not bad. It went on and I was like, okay, that's really bold, but then as I blended it out, it's pretty. Okay, I don't hate that blush. Like I said, I didn't do any kind of contouring or anything else, and this blush kind of gives me a little bit of that. I try, it's kind of like an old school hack where you just sort of keep everything up above that hollow to kind of create the illusion of a hollow. And I always kind of buff out that top ledge to make it a little bit smooth. Okay, the blush formula itself, not horrible. It's actually not even a bad color for me. I was worried it would be too cool toned, too purpley, but I think it actually goes pretty well with my skin tone. My skin tone tends to be a little bit more light, medium, neutral anyway. There's that. Okay, let's grab a different brush and just try this highlighter. I just feel so trashy with this broken, floppy thing. I'm not a fan of this broke situation here, but I'm going to grab a little bit of this highlighter. It's very gold, and again, a ton of kick up, and quite a bit more blinding than I would normally have chosen for myself. I just don't do a lot of super highlighters. One, because you got to keep it down below the wrinkles and crinkles in your mature eyelids, and two, I feel like it's hard to find the right shade. In highlighter, you end up being too dark, too gold, too red, too purple, too something. And now I just feel like I've got nothing but texture up here. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Okay, so like the blush, didn't like the highlighter. I'm gonna I've got my foundation brush. I'm just gonna kind of buff over the top of it and hope it works its way into my skin. And let's go back into that blush a little bit and just kind of dust it up. So I didn't actually remove the highlighter. I just tried to minimize its effect. Okay, do you guys know anything about Deck of Scarlet? Have you ever seen them? Have you been interested? There's a ton of kick up. Okay, we have 3 shadows in here. I'm gonna do just like a super simple look just to kind of, see what we're working with here. So I'm gonna grab this purple shade, which says it's called Crush. Again, tons and tons of kick up. I'm not doing this all over my lid, but it is a little bit bigger brush than I probably needed to grab, but I think it's gonna work for us. So I've just kind of placed it sort of in my crease, and now I'm blending it up and down, kind of diffuse it a little bit. I am gonna go over the top of my movable lid with the shimmer. I don't know if I'm just kind of sullied on this product just because as soon as I opened it up, the mirror fell off. I don't know. Have you guys had quality control issues if you have ever ordered anything from them? Are you guys on the subscription? I mean, do you get this like once a month and you're thrilled to get it and you're in love with the products? It seems like some of them had like lip kits and none of them seem to have like there was nothing that was like a full face. This is the closest thing. And I do like all-in-one kind of palettes. I think they're super convenient for traveling and for your desk drawer at work or center console of your car, your purse, your carry-on bag, your tote bag. I like all-in-one palettes for that kind of stuff. Okay, so that shade, even though it's bold, bold, bold purple here, it did really, really sheer out and actually is a nice soft color. I'm okay with that. Okay, we're grabbing Supernova, which is the purple shimmer. And see with that little lid. Okay, I did put it on all the way across. It's not that this is necessarily chunky. I mean, it feels like maybe just a little bit chunky. These colors are different on the lid than they look in the pan. And not like entirely different, they're just significantly more subdued than I thought they would be. Like I thought this was gonna pack a real bold punch and it ends up being kind of like a pastel shimmer. Okay, well the good thing is we have this dark brown, which is a cool tone brown called Drama. Let's see if that doesn't give us any drama here. Just putting it up against my lash line and a little bit, and kind of like a C formation, but not really. So when this was saying that this gal was all edgy and stuff, I think I was expecting to be scared. And what I'm finding is I'm not scared by this at all. I'm just gonna buff that out a little bit. Looks like I've got it blend, and the transfer underneath my eye is not the eyeshadow, it's my fat fingers. I'm going back into that purple. I just can't believe that this purple looks so bold, and then when I put it on, it's not. It's building it up a little bit here. I got Shadowfish to like. Okay, that gave me a little bit more saturation. I mean, so the shades are building. I just don't know if this is something where the person who they've focused as their creative artist actually had any say in the matter when it comes to the shades that are being used, or if they're just like, oh, let me find 3 that I like and we'll put that in here. I'm going to take this god awful highlighter and that's going to go right here. That's how I would use it. It doesn't need to be this ginormous shade here. I could probably use like maybe a contour or bronzer instead of this, but to use it as a shadow, in fact, I might even put a little bit of it. All right, and since I have this brush out, I'm going to go back into this dark grayish brown shade, Drama shade. Clean up any fallout. I happen to have any. Not a ton of fallout on my cheeks, so that's a good thing. Okay, let's try their mascara. It just says Deck of Scarlet, Sexy AF mascara, made in Italy, cruelty free. A little bit of a scent to it, but it's not horrible. The brush is very fine and small and firm. It's not a wiggly brush. Okay, looking at my eyeshadow up closer, it does look a little bit more bold and vibrant than it does in the mirror or even in the viewfinder. So I guess that's good. This is probably really pretty with lashes and maybe black eyeliner. I don't know that kind of grayish brown color really gave me the upper lash definition that I was looking for. And as I look at my eyelash, or as I look at my eyelids a little closer, it seems a little patchy. Okay, first application of the mascara. I like it. I like this mascara. I don't know if it's gonna flake or smudge or, you know, what the longevity of it is, but first application, yeah. I don't know that it's, you know, $25 worth of mascara. Maybe, I guess. I guess I paid more for mascara. I feel like that mascara coated my eyelashes very well, and I feel like it did what I wanted to do with mascara, and I feel like the firm brush actually kind of got rid of some of the clumps, if there were going to be any, because of the formula. Sometimes with mascaras, especially new ones, I kind of need them to be open for a few days to kind of dry down just a little bit. This particular one doesn't seem to need that, so yay. I was going to look and see if I had a lip brush, since I do have 2 cream lip glosses. I've got mascara on my finger. Can you see that? That's tacky. Yeah, here's one. Okay. We've got one. So I'm gonna try both of these. I'm gonna go in with a darker purple one called Passion, and we're gonna kind of ombre these out. I did not put on the lip liner. Okay, I don't hate this. So I've just got like a wet wipe, and then I'm just cleaning off that brush because I want to go into the lighter kind of pink color called Tempting, which is this one right here. This floppy package situation is annoying. Okay, you guys, I got it on. What are we thinking? I feel like I need more blush. I'm trying so hard to get past the broken palette. My negatives are obviously the broken palette and that highlighter. I feel like as I'm building this up, it's getting a little more muddy. I should probably just stop while I'm ahead. At the end of it all, this eyeshadow is working for me. I think there are flattering purples. I don't hate them. I did fight them a little bit, but I think the end result is actually perfectly fine. The lip is fun. This is a summer fun kind of lip for me. So my makeup is done. I just got like a fire alert saying they're evacuating, but I don't think it's my neighborhood. The weather is ridiculously hot. We haven't had any precipitation, and usually when we get fires, it's lightning strikes, so when there's moisture in the air, and we're not scheduled to have we're like 0% humidity for the next few days. So I need to go check and see where the fire is. Both my husband and my son and my stepdaughter seem to be on the wrong side of where I think the fire might be. So I'm gonna go look at that. I'm sorry, you guys. I hate to cut this off. As far as the products go, okay. There's 2 things I don't like about it. The rest of it I actually think I do. I don't know that I'm sad that I canceled it without trying more products. This is fun. This is pretty. Glad I have it on my face right now. And I don't know, should I try it again? You guys tell me, did I give up too soon, or would you have done the same thing and you'd been like, no, the broken palette, the highlighter that you'll never use. I mean, I guess I did use it on my eyes and my lip. It's too big of a product to use it for those two places, though. I guess I could use it on my collarbone. Okay, I gotta go check the fire. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing really well. And until my next video, bye for now.